All right, number 9, we want to identify the general shape of the given function. We have negative 5 times the square root of x divided by 4. So the main part is this square root of x. Generally, it is a curved function in the upper right quadrant, quadrant 1. Because it's negative, it should flip below the axis, the x-axis. So this third option right here is the one we want. And then we want to find 2 points. So as mentioned in the previous video, I recommend just plugging in, well, I guess we can't do any negative values this time. So we'll just use the number, let's use 2 numbers that are perfect square roots. Okay, so let's do 4 and I guess 9, because you can do the square root of 9. That would be the best that we could hope for. I mean, we can do 1. Let's do 1 and 4, because the square root of 1 is 1, and then we can do 4, because it has a perfect square. So you got to be conscious of what type of equation you're using, so you can know what numbers to use. I would like to use 1 and negative 1, but I cannot do the square root of a negative number, so that will not work. So we have to do something that is a perfect square. So we're going to use the numbers 1 and 4. Okay, so we're going to do u of 1 first. It's going to give us a negative 5 square root of 1 divided by 4. Square root of 1 is 1, so that just gives us 5 times 1, which is 1 over 4, but it'd be negative. So our ordered pair would be 1 and negative 5 over 4. And then if I do 4, u of 4, that would be a negative 5 times the square root of 4 divided by 4. And then square root of 4 is 2, so we have a negative 5 times 2 over 4. That would give us 10 over 4, which will reduce to 5 over 2. So the ordered pair we get is 4, comma, and it should be a negative. I lost my negative sign going across. Got to be careful not to lose that. Negative 5 over 2. So 1, 5 over 4, and then 4, negative 5 over 2. 1 and negative 5 divided by 4, and then we get the ordered pair 4, and then negative 5 divided by 2. We want to find the general shape of this graph. So the absolute value of x is what we're looking at. That's the V-shaped graph. Because it's negative, it's going to flip downward. Okay, so this option here. And then we want to put points from this graph and plot them. So again, I will use 1 and negative 1. Yes, we can use 1 and negative 1 here. Should be fine. So number 10. This is r as a function of x, and it is negative 5 over 4 times the absolute value of x. All right, so we're going to do r of 1. Negative 5 over 4, and then we have the absolute value of 1. That will give us just 1 times this term, and that will only give us negative 5 over 4. Over 4. And then we'll also do it with negative 1. Negative 5 over 4 times negative 1, and that will give us a positive 5 over 4. Okay. So 1 and negative 5 over 4. And then negative 1. You see, this negative turns positive. I don't want, no, I'm writing negative 5 over 4 again. It should still be negative. Be careful. The absolute value of negative 1 is 1, so that turns positive 1, and so you still have a negative 5 over 4. Negative 5.